or the primary aid to be your energy, right? Like how you use your body. They recognize that more than we even know. Excellent. I just thought about a backup, and he's like, I'm on it, got it. And that's how strong this motivator can be. But I want to be, with positive reinforcement, I always aim to have, you did a great job. Excellent. So he's learning calm default, like how to take the reward. So he's just going to be doing that as we chat here. But bugs and it's hay. A little piece of hay.
There you go.
You know,
it's
that
always
works
something.
Resonating, having them resonate with my energy. What am I saying to them? How is it that I'm saying it? What's my tone? You know, if I'm in a bad mood or a cranky mood, I have to keep myself in check. It's not the horse's fault. Maybe I do a shorter session. Maybe I take it, like 10 extra breaths. Excellent. So he swung his hind out just a little bit when we stopped. But I'm going to, I like to work at Liberty because I know the horse has a little bit of freedom to be in self-carriage. They can think for themselves without me having the temptation of like micromanaging them. And then to kind of work up. Now he's going to shoulder barge me a little bit here, and then he might bash me in the head with his big head, but I'm on it. And he's asking me how to earn the next reward. I say, well, I know what not to do. How about we do that? Excellent. So I just redirected that. He was getting kind of close to me because I was helping, and he wanted to get my attention.
And Debbie, it's interesting too, when I first started working with you, how you stood your ground. You didn't move.
Oh, true.
So, because it's an instinct.
So see, even though he wants to, his brain is bouncing all around, I need him to at least start somewhere with getting this body awareness. Excellent. And that's why I like to start with the calm default, because they have to be in control of, even if they're not super calm yet, they at least know to take their head away from me. And that's a way to get a quick way to get a reward. Excellent.
Moving.
So
when they kind of come into you, kind of stand your
ground.
ground.
I step back. Thank you. So excellent job, honey. He's learning that when I back up, he goes with me. We're in sync. But when a horse doesn't know any better, and they are bashing into me, and they do shoulder barge me, and they do bump me with their head, I don't go, oh yeah, and back out of their space, because that's just going to draw them forward, right? And then we're incongruent, because we're saying, no, but we're saying, come.
Yeah.
So
He's so
like,
confused.
lady,
So
like,
confused
what do you want? Because you're saying come to you, but you're doing all this weird, like, no stuff, and you're backing away at the same time. I got good boy. Excellent. I'm so good at that. Yeah, we get a little green pole behind us, don't we? So being congruent and authentic in what we are saying to the horse matters to them, and that's where we have to have the I'm talking left, where we have to have the mindfulness of our own selves to be consistent and congruent in what we're saying. So I'm gonna move this. I'm gonna act like I've got him on a lead. I'm gonna yield the shoulders. Ooh. That was a fun sound. We can now back up a little bit clearer, can't we?
You might want to define your calm default at some point.
Yeah, so, yeah, we should do, so, good point. Anytime you want to use positive reinforcement, the horse has to learn how to take the treat. So when he brings his, if he's pawing at me, I'm not going to step away and be like, afraid of him. I'm just going to say, here's something you can do. And then I'm going to ask him if he can take his head away. Excellent. So he's going to take his head away from me a little bit, and that's going to earn him the reward. And then he's going to go, ah. So when I bring my head away, excellent. When I bring my head away, that's when the reward comes. I don't have to bash into her and stick my nose into the little pouch for the reward. I can just, excellent. Good boy. And you can kind of shape that. I'm not going to get into, like, some people like to shape it where they ask the horse to lower their head way down. I don't do that. I just need them to put their head in front of their chest so they're not wrapping into me, or that they don't learn to counterbend and like look way away from me. They just need to be relaxed. And this boy, excellent, has a really hard time relaxing. If you can tell, he is holding his breath. He's very tense. He's very motivated. but he's almost like too eager.
How old
He's
is
too
he?
eager.
7.
7?
Okay. 7? He's 7 years old?
7 or 8, I think, at this point. I think he was 7 when I started, so he's probably about 8 now.
I'm gonna come to his right side. Shoulder barge. I don't move my feet. I say, you're in my space. Excellent. So he just bumped me with his shoulder. Because a lot of times it's awkward for the horse when we're on their right side. We usually do everything on their left side, but I like to do everything, not everything, I like to do equally. Too close? Too close. Excellent. You can use that with that anymore. There you go. So I like to do everything from left side and right side. Leading, if I have a tendency to do things, if I start with picking up their foot on their left side all the time, I'm going to switch it up. I pick up a hind leg first, or I pick up the right leg first. And he's asking all kinds of questions now. Excellent. And he knows I didn't punish him for sticking his nose in my treat pouch. I just said, that's not going to get you anything. And what's a better option? What's a better way to ask for the reward? Excellent. That was much better. And then he can get his reward that way. So he gets to make the decision himself, which actually is going to make a more pleasant horse to be around, an easier guy to lead when we go to do the tacking up and the backing process, which this guy I think has been backed. He has little riders on him now, not riding solo, but he's got a lot of education still to go. And he certainly has a lot of mental realization that he needs to gain before he will be, oops, watch your face. Watch your face. Yeah. I'd love it if he would just, excellent. So when he nuzzled, he pushed me with his nose, that didn't earn him anything. And I'm just saying, thinking in my brain to him, what's a better option than pushing me around and stepping into my space? Was there something better we could do? It's a much better idea than excellent. So I'll take that. It's a little harder when I'm on his right side, so we try to practice these things. And then, so if I'm going to be leading them, I watch the shoulder barge. He's going to do it more. Whoops, no. Ooh, 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 ooh. So I'm going to tell him, ask him if he can maybe stay on this side. Good. Yeah, and if you could just, excellent. So you can see how hard this is for this guy. Mm-hmm. Like, and when you're on it's almost harder when you're on a rope though. Yes, I know that I'm juggling this, but once you get pretty proficient with it, and once the horse kind of understands, it's actually almost harder with the line, because then you have the line wrapping around you, if they're going around you, and you're like, oh geez, I'm getting tangled up, or you're tempted to pull a lot, or do this, yeah, you see that. You see that
following your hand.
Back and forth thing. I don't want a horse that when I'm out in a session with a client goes, whoa, what was that? Like, overreacting when I'm just, yeah. But that's when, excellent. I know you're trying, and he really does try. He's being so good. Good job. Yeah, sniff around a little. Don't sniff around. He's welcome to leave me at any point. I don't have a ton of rules, but I do have safety rules. I don't want horses to be unsafe around me. I want to have my boundaries in place. So if I ask them to scoot out of my space, that they go, yeah, got it. Can you back up? Excellent. And then I'm just quick to reward them, especially here in the beginning when they're learning positive reinforcement. So now is not a time to be working on duration when they're just getting their brain around understanding this. So using your energy is going to be huge, whether or not you have a line on. So even if I had the treat pouch off and the line on, and I'm in a session, or I'm just leading him around, how I'm using my energy is still number one. It's still the what I'm projecting in my mind, how I want to be with him, what I want him to do is going to be huge with how I ask it in my energy. Body language first. Maybe I go forward.